Hey everyone, just wanted to give you a brief update on our thoughts and plans as a team moving forward from September onwards. Many of you have been asking questions about when are we potentially going to be meeting together and what would it look like and what's church life going to look like from September onwards. And so my hope is that at least what I'm going to say over the next few minutes will help with some of those questions. So from September the 6th, we are planning to live stream our Sunday morning services from here at the building. As you can see around me, we've been putting a lot of time and energy into getting the building ready for that. And our hope is that, and reason for doing it is that we feel like it will help us to have a bit more of a personal feel about our Sunday morning meetings, and along with that be a bit more reactive and responsive week by week to not only what's happening amongst us as a church family, but also in terms of what's happening around us in terms of the city and our nation. So we are moving to a live stream, so it'll be live worship, live preach, and live hosting from here at the building. Obviously, it will be recorded and it will end up on YouTube, and you can pick it up at a later time should you miss it. But like I say, we will be live at 10:30 every Sunday morning from here at the building. Kind of step 2 for us then is live streaming with a congregation. So it's our hope then within a few weeks of beginning to live stream that we can then open the doors to having some of you join us each week on a Sunday morning. We are busily getting the building ready for that, and we have a capacity of 40 people that we can accommodate here at the building. But our hope is that there will be some of you who will want to gather, to be in an atmosphere of worship, to hear the preach live, and to potentially take communion together. That will be valuable, and so we're going to make space and room for that, knowing that we can't sing, knowing that there's no teas and coffees, knowing that we'll probably have to wear masks, knowing all of those things. I know that there are those of you who would like to gather, and so we're going to make that available. Obviously it'll be ticketed, and all the information on how to book in for that will be made available nearer the time. So live streaming from the 6th of September, and then live streaming with a congregation, hopefully within a few weeks of that. Just to say that in both of those, still in this time, our children's work and our youth work will remain online as it has done up to now. And the children's work. The children's team and the youth team are working on that with us at this time as well. From there then, our thoughts are that we would probably then move to multiple meetings in multiple different locations. So you might be thinking, why multiple meetings and multiple locations? Partly that's because we are not going to be able to go back to the school anytime soon. That door has been closed to us for the time being, and so we are having to think about how we can move forward as a church without that building being available to us. And the reality is there aren't many buildings that are going to be available to us in this season because of the current COVID restrictions and all that would entail. So we're going to multiply up our meetings and multiply up our locations to facilitate the church gathered. And what that will mean is that we'll move to a 9 a.m. and a 10:30 a.m. service here at the building. Now, as and when we can sing and do children's work and things like that, the reality is we'll probably do children's work at the 9 a.m. service and not at the 10:30. And the 10:30 service will be the one that's live streamed to the 2 different locations, Saltash and Ivorybridge, and obviously the 3rd location, which is online at the same time, so that you can still watch this from home should you should you prefer to do that. So we'll go to multiple meetings in multiple different locations at that point, hopefully with children's work and youth work in and around that at the same time. Now, along with that, and to facilitate that and to support that and strengthen that, we're also looking to release 2 of our guys to support that. And so the plan is that both Simon Thomas and Andrew Larkin are coming on staff 2 days a week from the beginning of September with that in mind. And so Simon and Jenny are going to work alongside John and Dee in Saltash, and they are going to look to support that work and help John and Dee to care for and also grow that congregation in Saltash. Alongside that, Simon's also going to give time and energy into thinking through and working alongside the children's and youth teams to see how we can continue to build on that and grow that side of church life at the same time. Andrew and Fatima are going to head out to Ivybridge, where they're going to be working alongside Tim and Charlotte, and they also are going to be thinking through scheming and planning how they can continue to grow the congregation out there, as well as caring for those already in that location. Andrew, alongside that, will be helping me with things like the Theology Matters and some of the discipleship and pastoral load in the church. And so that's how those guys are going to serve us in the days ahead. We really, this is an exciting step forward. In many ways, we could get a little bit kind of blinkered, get our heads down, kind of think that we're kind of hemmed in at this point, if you like. But actually, we really believe this is a season of great opportunity for the gospel, an opportunity where we don't want to shrink back, but we want to really push on with what God's given us. And we think that this may well be God's means in terms of really pushing us up the pitch in some of the vision that we've got to plant other churches in these locations. And we may look back in days and months and years ahead and think, how God used this to kind of push us to think about this a lot sooner and to go for it and a lot sooner. Who knows? But certainly in this season, we're gonna run as one team. We're gonna run as one church, one team, but in 3 different locations. And we are kind of excited to see what God's going to do with that. Now, as we come out the other end of all of this, as we come out, hopefully, which we will do, we'll come out the other end of all this COVID stuff. Our hope is that at that point we can take a breath and take stock of where we are, and then with very open hands decide the best way forward. If the best way forward is to continue with 3 different congregations with a view to seeing those churches planted and established, then that's what we'll continue to do. But if we feel before God that it's to draw things back together and learn from all that we've kind of done over this season, then we'll do that. But again, as Donnie said on Sunday, which I was so blessed by, he said, like, we make our plans, but we hold it all lightly, knowing that God's ways are higher than our ways. And we're looking to him to continue to lead us forward through this time and into the days, months and years ahead. So I hope that helps you. If you do have any questions, please do talk to one of us as elders or talk to your life group leaders. Our life groups will continue to function as they have been over this season, and I encourage you to continue to press into those, into the discipleship groups, to keep loving one another as you have been doing. It's been so encouraging to see. But God bless you all. I hope this helps you to understand going forward, helps you to be prayerful for us as we go forward. And like I say, we're excited to see what God will do. Take care. Much love. See you soon.